COVID-19 pandemic has been affecting the entire world for almost a year. With hundreds of North Allegheny seniors preparing for their freshman year of college, I thought interviewing two current college students about their experience in the pandemic would be informative for the seniors preparing for next year. Here's how it went. Well, with me, I have my two brothers, Noah and Alex here. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
They're both college students. Alex, you want to tell a little bit about yourself, what you're majoring in?
So I go to Case Western Reserve University, which is in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm majoring in systems biology, and I'm a junior.
Cool. Noah?
I go to Villanova University, which is about half an hour from Philadelphia, and I'm planning on majoring in computer science.
Very cool. So Noah is a college student who was on campus. Alex had to stay home during the pandemic. So for Noah, being on the campus during the middle of the pandemic, what was it like? Did you have a ton of classes to go to or classes from your dorm? What was it like being on campus with other kids?
It was, in terms of classes, it was a mix. I had a few in person, although they were smaller classes. We had to wear masks. We were spread out. And then in terms of being on campus, honestly, it was really weird just seeing everyone wear masks. Dining hall had plexiglass separating all the seats. It was strange.
Yeah, for sure. For Alex, how was being at home, not being on campus? How did that affect your learning? Were you distracted more? What'd you get from that?
I'd say it's certainly hard to focus. The mindset that you have when you're in a dorm room at school or in a classroom is significantly different from the mindset you get from just sitting in your bedroom, taking the same courses when all the things that would normally distract you are around you. So yeah, I would say it's pretty different. And, in terms of just like living in general, I'd say, at first it might have been okay, but, it does get a little isolating. So it was a bummer, but it's all we can hope for in the pandemic.
Yeah. This next question for both of you, because there's a lot of seniors that are going to be going to college soon. So whenever you made that change from high school to college, what would you tell an upcoming senior for advice on priorities and kind of like what changed in your priorities?
So I'd say when you make the transition from high school to college, what you'll notice is that you're a lot freer. Typically you won't have like any parents or higher ups like constantly telling you to study or do your homework. So you really do have to set your priorities straight, studies first, and then, college, you're going to have fun. So studies first, fun second. You just got to buckle down and know what you got to do. In high school, there may have been teachers or your parents constantly telling you, reminding you what you need to do. But when it comes to college, they're not going to constantly hold your hand. You got to put in the effort.
Yeah. No, what'd you experience?
If there's anything I gotta say, just for obviously people get senioritis. That's just a thing that happens. Honestly, I want to make sure that you get rid of that over the summer before getting to college, because trying to build back those study habits and your work ethic, you're going to need it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So last question for both of you. If this pandemic continues to be here through the beginning of college next year for the seniors coming up, what would be one piece of advice you'd give them to kind of cope with the whole pandemic? And if they have to stay home or if they go to school, what is one piece of advice you guys would give upcoming seniors if the pandemic was still here?
I'd imagine since Noah's a freshman, we're going to save his advice for last because it's probably better than mine. But I would just advise them to take whatever opportunities you can get. If the school tells you that freshmen can go back, then I would advise them to go back and, put up with the COVID regulations, whatever they may be, because if you stay home, you never know if you'll ever get to go back. So my just general piece of advice, just take whatever opportunities the school will let you under these COVID regulations.
Yeah.
Honestly, going off of what Alex said, yeah, if you get the opportunity to go on campus, do that. And then in terms of guidelines, please follow them. Don't be the people that ruin it for everyone. And then in terms of coping, always just keep hoping that it gets better, even though you can't really guarantee it. But since by that point you would have been through well over a year of having to deal with it, you should probably have a good feeling of what having to deal with online classes is like. So just keep sticking through it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for talking about some college stuff. I know there's seniors that are going to be going to school next year, so I'm sure they'll appreciate it. So thanks again. And yeah.
With over 10 million cases in the US and possible vaccinations on the horizon, everyone is eagerly anticipating the end of the pandemic. Till a solution is presented, do your part, stay safe, wear a mask, and have a great day, Nash.